Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Grace if you're new here, and this is the Rusty Thicket. Typically, I would be working on some kind of art or other 𝍊🍼🍊-esque stuff, but in this video, I really just wanted to show you all my little mini, well maybe it's not so mini, but my small-ish Wiccan altar. Now, I'll be honest, a lot of this is probably not strictly Wiccan. I mostly identify with that, but really I'm just spiritual and I love shiny objects and things, and I use pretty much all of this in my practice at one point or another. I like writing stuff down and journaling, so spells and stuff like that seem to come very natural. For those of you who are new to the channel, we have kind of gone over my space before, and this is just really kind of what it's grown into. This desk used to be the one that I had in my arts and crafts area, my office, my studio, whatever you want to call it. But because I got a new desk, because I needed more actual desk space, this has become my witchy corner of my bedroom. And I would show you the rest of my bedroom, but truthfully, it's not ready for company. I have laundry on it. So anyway, today I just wanted to show you guys how you can have a very small space. This is probably, I mean, you know, like if you were to put a chair here, it's like as wide as, or just a tad bit wider than a normal desk chair. I really like that because of it. Thankfully, this room has kind of this indent and it fits in perfectly. My dad made this for me, which it's still one of my favorite pieces he's ever put together for me. I absolutely love having all of my beautiful crystals out as much as I can, but I also have 2 full things of crystals in here. These are really what I use like daily in my practice because I have so many small ones and I like to use them on grids and things. This is kind of some of my more pretty, you know, just vibey stuff that I really like, but I also very much use, you know, some labradorite and a bunch of other little crystals that are in here. Obviously, some of it is just pretty. Like, look at that moss agate mushroom. I mean, come on, gorgeous. Some of this stuff is from my past that I have really hung on to over the years. Some of it is literally as old as I am, if not older, as far as like, you know, like hand-me-downs, things that have kind of been passed down to me or that I've, you know, collected from relatives and things before. Some of the stuff, actually most of it is thrifted. I think this is the only thing I've actually purchased because I have yet to come across a crystal ball. And I'll be honest, that looks more like glass than crystal, but I bought it for the vibes. I don't really use this. I just really like it. You know, sometimes you gotta have pretty things around you to be inspired. This is my husband's grandma's. They used to have it in their downstairs bathroom, and I just ogled it for years until she decided to part with it at a yard sale, so I bought that from her. I love it. It's very heavy. It's very Victorian. It's kind of like, I mean, I hate to say vibe again, but it's totally my vibe. My dad also made this for me, and really it's supposed to be for well, I mean, I guess technically it's supposed to be for jewelry or something like that, but I have hung the pendulums that I have and a couple of necklaces. One that I made and one is a turtle. This is a turkey feather that I found out at one of my mini vacations with my brother and sister-in-law. I've thrifted this beautiful brass bowl along with this piece of brass. This is like one of those like incense or potpourri pouch containers. This is my little mini cauldron. If you're new to the channel, I love mini stuff. The tinier the better, and especially if it is still very useful, and this one very much is. This is thrifted also. It is a mortar and pestle, and it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Heavy as heck. Probably not great for food grade type stuff. I have tried over the years of getting it nice and clean, but it just is the way it is. It's also not super stable because You can see the bottom has been worn down. I don't know how old it is. And you know how things are reproduced today, so I'm not even sure if it's really all that old. I just love the way it looks. So in these drawers, I keep all of my herbs and other tools. So here's some herbs, some more herbs. Isn't that little Crown Royal bag just super cute? It's very Goblin Core. My runes are in here. I have charms, courtesy to a beautiful, beautiful subscriber here. This wand I made ages ago. All of my little tools. This knife that I have dubbed in 𝍊𝑋𝑼𝑚𝑒, and, you know, a bell for certain things, candles, markers, all that kind of stuff. It's not extremely curated, not quite like the way I would want it to be, but I do use it every day, so things are, you know, more at a useful location than necessarily an aesthetic one. My sister-in-law bought me this beautiful tarot card holder. Right now I just have a card up about, you know, some spreads and things. Some of my favorite stuff are my collection of tarot cards and my most recent Oracle deck. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. If you haven't bought this or you're unsure about buying it, definitely do. I have a very good connection with these cards already, and I'm thinking about even taking them on my vacation, which I was kind of telling myself I wasn't going to do. I also really love these. For an Oracle card, I am 2 for 2 on Oracle decks. These both are awesome. I get great use out of both of them. This is my most recent tarot deck, and I mean, you'll understand when you see it. Right? Look at their mushrooms. The whole deck is just absolutely gorgeous. Honestly, if I had to buy decks again, I don't know that I would purchase this one a second time, only because as beautiful as it is, I'm just not resonating with them yet. Sometimes it does take some time to kind of, you know, build a little bit of an understanding between you and the deck, and I'm hoping that does happen. Unlike the Oracle deck, which was instantaneous, and sometimes, you know, you just know when you know. This deck, however, a lot of you that are familiar with tarot are probably really aware of the Wild Unknown. This one was an instant deck for me. This is actually one of the first ones I bought for myself, outside of the original deck that I owned. I have a couple of travel decks. This one is a very, very simple inversion deck. Those are very aesthetically pleasing to a minimalist, but not exactly my favorite deck. If you're following the channel, you've seen this before. This is my little mini altar that I sometimes take with me on vacations and things, especially if there's going to be a very specific full moon or anything like that. This is one of my original tarot decks that I purchased for myself too, and I just recently bought these cute little travel things in case I do want to take them, so I'm not having to have an entire box with me. This is the Raven's Prophecy set. These are absolutely beautiful. I really do like this deck as well, but the Wild Unknown deck is just one that personally I feel more connected to. But I love how they all sit up here in like where you would put your letters and things, because this is like an older writing desk. I would not call it an antique necessarily. It's made out of various kinds of wood, you know, MDF and all that, so it's not super solid, but it is well built for what it is. And then this is actually just a fun deck. Sometimes I like to put them out during Halloween because it's from, you know, one of my favorite stores on this planet, Spirit Halloween. And they're actually really cool. I'll show you a few. If you ever get the chance to see this deck, because I don't actually think that you can open it before you purchase it, but they're really, really simple. Nothing fancy, kind of wild looking, but I like that, especially for more decor. I've never used these in an actual reading. I don't know how that would go. Alright, I'm moving this aside. It's going to get kind of dark in this corner, but this is a bunch of the books that I really, really love and that I use regularly. Make a comment below if you guys have used any of these. I love Moon Magic. I probably don't use it as much as I should. This is like nearly an every other day book for me. I love numerology, but I'm not great at it. Numbers and I have never gotten along, so I'm trying really hard to, you know, accept it a little bit more. This is with the Raven Prophecy, the Illuminating Prophecy, my bad. And I actually really love her book. There's, you know, usually those books come really, really tiny, and this is a nice full-size book, and I appreciate that. Law of Attraction. I've not actually used this one yet. It was a thrift store find, and here on island for that matter, so kind of interesting. And this is kind of a staple, or at least among a lot of the witchy folk that I've been around. I really like that there's like an easy access location for these. I used to keep my my like journal slash grimoire situation up here in this, but it got a little too big and kind of out of hand, so I will show you where I keep that next. So I know this isn't going to be everybody's, you know, cup of tea. Not everybody's going to be witchy on my channel, and that is absolutely perfectly fine. But I did think, you know, it's Halloween, so when is a better time to do that? Cute little hagstone situation. Alright, and then if you open up the drawer down here, and not too far, see it's got closed with that little cute little brass knob right there. Alright, and then in here, this is my grimoire. It is like a traveler's notebook, which I really love because I can just cram it full of stuff until I'm ready to, you know, make an official page on something. I have a star chart down here, which I'll be honest, thanks to apps, I don't use that nearly as much, but it's neat to have. I've got a book on how to read tarot because I'm still very new at it, especially for other people. For myself, I feel like I can, you know, get a better idea of things. Crystals. This is actually, I think this is a doTERRA book on essential oils. I don't use a ton of essential oils because I have pets, and it kind of worries me that some of those might not be good for them because I have heard that. An herbs book. I use this both in the kitchen and for spells. I really like just, you know, having the illustrations and the photos also. Sometimes I use those in my artworks. There's also a free journal down there, one that's empty. You never know when you're going to need a new journal, so I kind of keep an empty one on hand. This is something I have not used yet, but it is supposed to be, you know, law of attraction type stuff, which manifestation is something I'm very curious about, and I do feel like in my own way I have had that occur in life, especially now that I'm doing what I'm doing, and I've always wanted to do this. Another crystal book, the Wild Unknown deck, like the whole card box and all that, because I like to keep those things. And then this used to have incense. I had like a bunch of different kinds of incense, and I've used them all up, so now I store my candles. I tend to use birthday candles in my practice, not only because they're small, but because they come in tons and tons of colors. I usually keep white 100% on hand because it can be used for anything, but I am empty on a lot of my other stuff. I need some green for prosperity coming up. This is a perpetual calendar and a couple of coins. This is a tarot coin, and then this one was actually given to my husband, or he got it for me, I can't remember exactly, but it is a coin for here in the military. So, as I'm sure a lot of you know, There are many denominations and things in the military that you can go to church for, and some places have Wiccan services. And you know, he met a few people that did that, so he got a coin for me. And then this is for an incense holder, but I also don't use a ton of incense right now. Our rooms are so tiny here that they get overpowering really, really quickly, so I tend to do more wax warmers and candles and things. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted you all to see. Actually, let's pull out this too. This is like tarot mats, like, you know, nice little tablecloth type things to put them on. And then this holds a bunch of random pieces of paper and things, like when I get new crystals and they have the information listed on them and stuff. And I just really like keeping them in, you know, very appropriate bags. And then I'll go ahead and pull out a couple of these, for example. So as you can see, I've got some of my most used ones are up top. My chakra crystals and lots of other, you know, regularly used ones. Look at this cute little frog. He should sit up here. So we're gonna set him up there. But yeah, I use tiger's eye a lot, hematite a lot, obviously your regular crystal and amethyst a lot. It really does break my heart that these can't sit in here to where I can open them up, but at least this way I have lots of space still even to grow. This one is the same way, bloodstone, pyrite, all that kind of stuff. More tiger's eye and blue agate. And then these are the chips that I use for my mat specifically. I like to do some grid stuff every now and then. A few things in here aren't real. This is just really pretty, but it is not real turquoise. You never know. Some nature finds along the way. I like that one looks like a heart. But anyway, so that is my little mini altar. I hope you guys really like it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I know this video is a little random, but I have been absolutely just slamming out the artwork, and I've got lots and lots of stuff coming up that I want to show you, but I kind of want, you know, actual context around it, especially with my events that I'm doing since it's the fall and all of that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and if you guys want a further tour, you can either check back on my other video about this when it used to be just a little shelf, or let me know in the comment section if you would like a further, more in-depth, detailed kind of, you know, run through of all my crystals again. I do have a few that I didn't the last time, but not a whole lot has changed. Because like I said, this is very practical and functioning for the most part, and I use it nearly every single day. But I will see you guys next week in a video about all of my events that I'm doing and that I have done and that I have coming up, and some more pieces of art, some new things that I've decided to kind of integrate into this season. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Happy almost Halloween. See you next week. Bye guys.